Hello and welcome. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Gargi Rawat. First, let's take a look at the headlines we're tracking. Football official Deepak Sharma is arrested after NDTV reported on how two women footballers allegedly assaulted them during a tour in Goa. Sports Minister Anurag Thakur had taken notice of the NDTV report and asked for action to be taken. The BJP releases its 8th list of Lok Sabha candidates. 11 candidates make it to the list. Praneeth Kaur is fielded from Patiala, Taranjeet Sandhu from Amritsar, Ravneet Bittu from Ludhiana and Hansraj Hans from Faridkot. In the poll season, it's raining tax notices against opposition parties. The Congress says it got 2 more notices overnight after having already received an 1,800 crore notice. The CPI also received an 11 crore notice, while Trinamool Congress MP Saket Gokhale says he received 11 notices. The NCP Sharad Pawar faction announces its first list of 5 candidates for the Lok Sabha elections. In its first list, the party renominated sitting MP Supriya Sule from Baramati and Marathi TV actor turned politician Amol Kolhe from Shirur. The wives of jailed ministers, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his former counterpart from Jharkhand, Hemant Soren, meet in Delhi today. Kalpana Soren says she and Sunita Kejriwal will take the fight forward. And NDTV wins big at NBA 2023. Various programs, news, views, business as well as talk shows win awards. While it is the election season and most of the news currently is election related, but one of the big stories all day today on NDTV has been the alleged assault by a Football Association official on 2 women footballers in Goa. The official was arrested just a short while ago. Now, the 2 women footballers of Khad FC, a Himachal Pradesh-based club, alleged that Deepak Sharma, an executive committee member of the All India Football Federation, assaulted them in their room. Sports Minister Anurag Thakur reacted to the NDTV report and asked for action to be taken. And he said he wanted a report on the action taken, which led to the arrest of this official just a short while ago. But today, on Left, Right and Centre, the question we're asking, what can we do and is the government doing enough to make our sports world safer for women? So that is going to be the big discussion on NDTV on Left, Right and Centre. Now, before we go across to our guests, let's just listen into what one of the footballers told NDTV. That's Palak Verma. She's one of the 2 women footballers who's made this allegation. And she said, Sir was drunk.
Actually, उस दिन हमारा मैच था. मुझे मेरी इंजरी है, मुझे बैक पेन था, तो मैंने खाना नहीं खाया था उस रीजन से. तो रात में मैंने अपने टीममेट को बोल करके अंडे ऑलरेडी बुलवा करके रखे थे कि अगर मुझे भूख लगेगी तो मैं अंडे खा लूंगी रात को. तो मुझे रात में 10:30-11 बज रहे थे. मैं अंडे बॉईल करने के लिए मैं किचन में गई. फिर मैंने अंडे बॉईल किए तो एक लड़की मेरे साथ और किचन में थी. सर ने उसको रूम में बुलाया. उसके बाद मैं रूम में थी, मैं अंडे रख करके रूम के अंदर आ गई थी और मेरी जो टीममेट थी वो किचन में थी. उसको सर ने रूम में बुलाया और उसको पूछा कि क्या कर रहे हो इतनी रात में. फिर उसने बोला सर उसने खाना नहीं खाया है तो वो अंडे बॉईल कर दिया. तो सर ने उसको डांट करके अंदर रूम में भेज दिया. वो रूम में आई और सर ने फिर मुझे आवाज दी बाहर से ला करके कि पलक बाहर. मैं बाहर गई. मैंने बोला यस सर. बोला तू ये क्या कर रही थी रात को. मैंने बोला सर मैंने खाना नहीं खाया तो मैं एग बॉईल कर रही हूँ. तो उन्होंने बोला कि फेंक के सारे अंडे, तू कहीं से स्पेशल है, कोई कहाँ से आई हुई है, तेरे पास ज्यादा पैसा है ये वो. मैंने बोला नहीं सर मैंने खाना नहीं खाया, मैं इसीलिए अंडे बॉईल कर रही हूँ क्योंकि खाना खत्म हो गया. तो बोला फेंक के सारे अंडे उठा करके वो बहुत जोर जोर से चिल्लाते एंड ही वाज ड्रंक दैट टाइम.
एंड आप पर हाथ उठाया उन्होंने?
अंडे फेंकने बोला, मैंने अंडे सारे फेंक दिए और फिर मैं रोने लगी किचन में. मैंने बर्तन साफ किया बॉईल करने वाला और मैं रूम में आके रोने लगी. तो जब मैं रूम में अंदर आई तो मैंने गेट गुस्से में जोर से बंद किया. मैं रो रही थी क्योंकि तो मैं रूम में आकर के रोने लगी और सर बाहर से जब मैंने गेट जोर से लगाया तो सर भागकर अंदर आए. और उस टाइम पे मेरे रूममेट जो थी, रात के 11 बज रहे थे उस टाइम, और मेरी रूममेट विदाउट टी शर्ट थी. शी वॉज टॉपलेस दैट टाइम. और सर डायरेक्टली विदाउट नॉक किए रूम के अंदर आए और सीधे उन्होंने अंदर आके मेरे ऊपर हाथ उठाया.
All right, so that is the account of one of those women footballers in her own words of what happened that night. We're joined on the phone line by Valanka Alemao, AIFF Women's Committee Chairperson. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Your comments on this entire episode and the fact that, you know, after the media reported it is when the matter got escalated. The Sports Minister Anurag Thakur took notice of the NDTV report and immediately, you know, posted on social media and said that he wants to know what action has been taken. And now, just a short while ago, the arrest was made.
Yeah, hi. So I had gone to meet them on behalf of the Federation and to see that the girls are safe. And to please go ahead with the complaint, because being a woman, I can understand what a woman goes through. And nobody, if anybody has done such thing, can go scot-free. And the Federation has assured these girls that come what may, the wrongdoer will be punished. He can be anybody.
All right, and you know, obviously these are very young girls. They're very concerned about their career and also, you know, going forward their safety. So what is your message to these women?
No, and please understand, I don't know who's taking advantage, you know, of the predicament of these girls, because the right to privacy of such things have to be, you know, kept and understood, because you can't just go ahead and give their names and all of that. So we assured these girls that whatever it is, justice cannot be denied and justice has to be given to you guys, because tomorrow these girls have to play and play for our country. So the safety of these girls is the most important concern.
Joined by my colleague Rika Roy. Rika, go ahead. You want to ask one question?
Valanka, Rika here. Thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast this evening. Well, you've been in football administration for a very, very long time. And I was very surprised to hear from one of the girls, complainants, that she took your name, saying that you and another official, the manager of the team, asked them not to complain. Could you tell us what happened, and were the girls lying in your and the official's name?
First of all, the manager was not even there. Okay? So this is completely false. There is some false news being spread to defame me. And I personally think that the association here in Goa has their, you know, personal agendas to defame me. And that is what exactly is happening. I am nobody to tell somebody, you know, not to complain. And if that was the intention, I wouldn't even have gone there.
So clearly the girls have not given NDTV all the story that they should have given, and perhaps some of the stories, some of the links were missing there. But Valanka, what I really want to know, the incident happened on Thursday. Why did it take till Saturday for a complaint, Friday night, for a complaint to be filed, and Saturday for us to do a story, and then the sports minister to ring into action for this guy to be arrested?
No, Rika, please understand that these girls have already given the complaint to the Federation. And I just got to know about it yesterday.
Okay, and then in the 24th...
As I got to know about it, I went to them and I spoke to them. Where is the question of withdrawing the complaint? Where is the question? And
so
please, anybody who knows me and who understands will always tell you that being a woman, the woman will always support the other women. I represent the Football Federation.
Right. So what you're trying to tell us is that the new people in charge of Goa Football Federation are trying to manipulate these girls 100%. And are trying to defame someone as senior as you.
Exactly. And please understand, nobody can stop these girls from going ahead with the complaint. Forget me. Who am I?
Okay, what is being done, Valanka, what is being done to ensure the safety of the girls, and also to ensure that if they are deserving, that they get picked hereafter?
See, Rika, a serious inquiry is on, and please understand, legal action will be taken. First of all, the Federation has already decided to suspend Mr. Deepak Sharma from all footballing activities unless the probe is complete.
Right. So, being the chairperson there in charge of women's football, what will you do to ensure that these girls, if they are deserving in the future, they get picked and their safety is, they are looked after and their safety is paramount?
Of course, their safety is paramount. And we will have to see to this, because we have made sure that actually there have to be more females traveling with these girls than males. And we have a child safeguarding policy at place as well.
All right, well, to talk more about this entire episode and
standard operating
we will discuss a little more with you. Do stay on.
Come to this.
Absolutely, and those standard operating procedures must work. It shouldn't be that the media raises the issue, and as Rika was saying, and as I pointed out first, it was Times of India, the reporter there who reported this story. NDTV also extensively reported it all day today. Then you had the sports minister taking notice, and finally some action has been taken. Yes, those two women footballers have alleged that they were being pressurized to take this back, that this would ruin the career of this football official. Well, to talk more about this, we're joined by Jonathan D'Souza, Vice President, Goa Football Association, and Dr. Sunita Godara, Asian Marathon Champion and fitness coach. Now, thank you so much for joining us. And first, Jonathan D'Souza, if you can tell us, how the complaint came to you, the action you took. You were also involved in the filing of this complaint. Initially, it was just to the Federation. Later, it became a police complaint.
Yeah, first, so I'll just take you back for 2 days. On Thursday night, this incident happened. On Friday morning, I got a call from the match commissioner, and since Goa Football Association was organizing this tournament in association with All India Football Federation, I went to the match commissioner, I met him. He told me that 2 girls and 3 witnesses have signed a letter stating that they were physically assaulted and that one of the officials was in an inebriated condition. Immediately, since it was a holiday that day, Good Friday, I told the GFA secretary along with the match commissioner to go to the place where they were staying and just do a preliminary investigative report, which was then forwarded to AIFF. In the evening, around 7 o'clock, the girls contacted the match commissioner again, saying that they were feeling a bit unsafe. So I thought it would be best for the Goa Football Association to just intimate the police that such and such incident has happened, and this would help take any preventive action, or if any untoward incident had to happen, at least the police would have been informed. So this was our sole intention. I don't know how allegations are coming against us that we are trying to manipulate these girls. In fact, we have had no contact with the girls. The only contact with the girls we have had was on Friday when General Secretary and the match commissioner visited the girls, and today when we were at the police station when they came to file the complaint. So I don't understand how this scenario of us manipulating the girls is coming.
All right. I mean, in our report, we do say that a Nandita came and these girls claim that they were being pressurized to take back, as I said,
Absolutely.
that the official's career would get spoiled. So we'll go across to Rika for more on that. But before that, Dr. Sunita Godara, your comments on this episode and the larger picture. There needs to be action taken. There needs to be SOPs in place. It can't be that only when a story gets played up, the media picks it up. That is when we see officials, actually facing some sort of action.
See, first, most important thing is the male part of the federations or anybody for that matter, they should not go to the girls' room. It should not be allowed. It is not allowed, and it should not be allowed. When there is a lady manager, if this person was having some problem that they are boiling eggs at night or why they are doing so, then he could have asked the lady manager to go to their room and stop that thing. Secondly, who gives them right to assault girls, misbehave with girls? They are not guinea pigs. They are all international, national level athletes. So these male counterparts, they should give them respect. Anybody, whosoever.
No, ma'am, you're absolutely right. And if you see the account, that the girls have given from the time they left Himachal to when they reached Goa. This official was drinking in front of them. So, I mean, this sort of behavior, it's very, very unseemly.
Be more cautious, and the federation lady manager, they should give them some kind of awareness that once you are drunk, please, you should not be seen around where girls are staying. Because see, we cannot say that don't drink, okay? Because they will do that. So then they have to follow some rules and regulations, some morality, some ethics, When you are drunk, you are going to the girls' room, and privacy right, where is that? How can any male person of sports tournament can go to the girls' room? It's not at all
I mean, that's the basic.
And this person should be given punishment, exemplary punishment, so that others will not do this. Because sometimes these things are happening in sports, and these girls have guts to, complain. Otherwise, sometimes girls just keep quiet.
That's right.
Otherwise, no, they are scared.
And Rika, the point that you raised about, these girls, their careers shouldn't suffer. They shouldn't be victimized, going forward because they raised their voice. They made a complaint. Clearly, a lot of, rules were broken here. As Dr. Sunita Godara said, a male coach should not even go, official should not even go to the women's room. The fact that in the account that, the girls have given, they say that he started drinking from the time they left Himachal Pradesh, and he was drinking in front of them. So all this sort of behavior is something, very unseemly. These are young girls. They're coming out of their state. They're going, trying
Also,
to put up the best show, and then they face all this.
Gargi, I must point out here that when they were traveling from Himachal to Goa all the way, there wasn't a woman with them. The woman who's their coach, not coach, but manager, she joined them later. She joined them in Goa later, and she happens to be the wife of this man, and hence she was the one who was also pressurizing them to take back the complaint. So why would the Football Federation allow, or even the local federation allow a man who's an overall in charge, his wife to be the manager of the team? It completely beats me. And it just goes on to show how sports is run in our country, and in such an unprofessional manner. How can both of them, they are culprits in this case. One was pressurizing the girls to take back the complaint, and the other thrashed the girls. So it just goes on to show that not all is right with Indian sports. And I have to tell you, Gargi, that when it comes to women's football, the women's footballers have outperformed their male counterpart in terms of international achievements, and women's football happens to be the only source of solace, pride and joy for All India Football Federation. And I think that's the reason they also launched this tournament. It's the first edition of the tournament.
And the point you made, Rika, about how unprofessionally all this was handled, we're showing our viewers, a history of attacks and abuse of women sports people, and clearly we need to make a more professional, more safe environment from them. It goes, and the most recent case was, of course, of the Indian women wrestlers complaining against Federation Chief Bhushan Sharan Singh, who was removed as the president at the time, but still he's not been punished really. So I'm running out of time. I would like the final comments on this, and first Valanka Alemao still on the phone line with us. Ma'am, your final comments. Will you ensure justice is done and these girls can go on and have a very good career?
We need to make it a safe environment to every girl who wants to play football, and we need to have the standard operative procedures in place, which will be taken up immediately.
Right, absolutely. It shouldn't be escalated in this manner. Dr. Sunita Godara, your comments, because we want more girls to come out. We want them to have sporting careers. We want them to join a sport. And it's so important, but at the same time, to have a safe environment so parents don't feel, nervous about sending their girls for these sporting events.
See, first of all, they should have lady managers there always present with the girls. Secondly, the person whosoever is doing the mischief or any assault, that person should be given exemplary punishment so that the rest of the people get lesson.
Absolutely, and hopefully exemplary punishment will take place in this case as well. Arrest has been made, and this is after the sports minister asked for action. Jonathan D'Souza, your comments?
Yeah, on our side, from the local Goa Football Association, we have already assured the girls in the evening when we were at the police station together. We assured them that we will have a lawyer in place for them in Goa so that they need not come every time to Goa and face these legal hassles.
Right.
In fact, after our assurance, they got the courage to file a complaint, and the FIR was registered at the police station. So we are doing all that is in our power. We are working closely with All India Football Federation also. Soon, I think the disciplinary committee, the ethics committee, and the internal complaints committee of the AFF will take cognizance of this matter, and I'm sure they will come out with a report very soon.
All right, a final word, Rika.
And the truth will prevail, and the person who has done the damage will be accountable for the same.
Balanka, I just want to ask you one last question. Does All India Football Federation have a POSH committee? And will this go to the POSH committee, and will the investigations be done?
No, I will do whatever I can from my side, and I will make sure that the justice is delivered. Right now, there is an inquiry committee which is already on, and everything has been given to the particular committee, and AIFF will do the needful, and the wrongdoer will be punished.
All right. Well, thank you so much all for joining us on this program. A very, very important issue. We need to make sport safer for our women. And, as Rika was pointing out, there needs to be more professional rules in place. There needs to be a more professional environment. And clearly, what happened in Goa is extremely shameful. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Rika, for being on the program with us. With that, we'll slip into a short break. Coming up on the other side, opposition parties claim it's poll season. It's raining tax notices.
Hello and welcome to NDTV Auto. What I have with me today is real special. It is the latest EV from Audi, Q6. What's special about it is it's based on a completely new platform, PPE, Premium Platform Electric. This platform Audi has developed for their electric vehicles, and it has a lot to offer. Company says the new platform PPE helps Audi Q6 E-tron achieve 30% less energy consumption with 33% better system performance. With the Q6, Audi is also introducing its electronic architecture E3 1.2, which allows customers to experience digitalization directly in the vehicle, making Audi Q6 E-tron a truly tech marvel. So here it is, all that you need to know about Q6 E-tron. Audi Q6 E-tron is the upcoming EV from Audi's stable and is expected to come to Indian shores by the end of this year. International launch is expected in second half of this year. It is a 4.7-meter SUV which will occupy the space between Q4 and Q8 E-tron. It will come in two variants, Q6 E-tron Quattro and the more powerful SQ6 E-tron. What we have today with us is the S variant. What I want to show you, the first in the look of Audi Q6 are these DRLs. They are matrix LED DRLs with active signature. That means you can change the pattern that gets projected from these DRLs, and they also move while the car is on the move. That means you can actually have an active DRL. And I believe this feature is the highlight of Audi's upcoming baby. Up front is the grille. Now what I want to show you is this single frame grille. Audi is calling it inverted single frame grille, and it looks very interesting. It's all closed off but looks very nice with these piano black inserts given here. And then we have seen these very flattish Audi logo in other products, but here there is a little bit of 3D element in the logo. Now you have to notice this very prominent shoulder line which goes all the way to the tail lamp. The rear looks quite interesting with its almost wrapped around feel to the D pillar. And the most interesting part.
Well, Welcome back. With elections just around the corner, opposition has alleged they're being hounded by the IT department. The Congress already said it received 2 more income tax notices. This a day after they said they've been asked to pay over 1,800 crore in penalty by the income tax department. The Communist Party of India also said they've been served a notice asking them to pay dues of 11 crore, and this was due to the usage of an old PAN card. While Trinamool Congress MP Saket Gokhale said he received 11 notices from the income tax department pertaining to several years ago. Well, to explain more about these tax notices, because the Congress is claiming that this is tax terrorism, we're joined by Sachit Jolly, a senior tax lawyer at the Delhi High Court. Thank you so much for being with us. Now, please explain to us about political parties and taxes. Political parties aren't taxed. However, it's because they have not submitted their returns, etc. We're being told these tax notices, and for the Congress, some pertaining back to the year when when Kesri used to run the party, when he was the president. So please explain to us these allegations being made by the opposition.
Kagi, come 31st March of any financial year, every taxpayer gets a slurry of notices. When it comes to, and this 31st March of 2024 seems to fall close to the elections, and I think that's why the hue and cry. But every taxpayer in the country, you go to any tax lawyer, they'll tell you 31st March, 30th, 31st December are all busy periods. Now, coming to the 2 buckets of notices which the Congress seems to have received. First of all, the first set of notices came way back in 2021. In fact, the tax tribunal and the High Court have both actually put the buck back on the Congress party to say that, look, you were sleeping, and therefore these notices have now seemed to, catch your attention, or the tax now has crystallized, because this 31st March, like I said, is the period where the government closes its books. And the tax department seems to run after every taxpayer to recover money, and Congress party seems to be one of them. So that's one bucket of notices. The second seems to be there were some searches conducted on certain other people from where the tax department collected information, served again notices on the Congress party somewhere in April, May, and June 2023. And those have now crystallized into tax demands, as we call them in legal parlance.
Right.
Again, closer to 31st March, which is the norm. So,
All right. Well, I'm sorry we couldn't get more into it. I'm completely out of time, but you're explaining this as, 31st March and it being a routine. The Congress, of course, is calling it tax terrorism. And finally, we do want to put the spotlight on the awards NDTV has won at NBA 2023. NDTV won big with several big awards for our shows and our anchors.
And Audi Yadav, please put your hands together for the winner.
All right, so lots of awards for NDTV. With that, we'll slip into a short break. News and updates continue on NDTV. Stay with us.
Some people